What's up, everybody? Back again for a short little video. Today I thought I would talk about the new Poké Park from Kanto that just opened, I think yesterday or recently, very recently, and I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on it. So my quick thoughts are this. It looks pretty interesting. Lots of places to take photos. I think the idea itself is really cool. Pokemon has been taken over by adults, but this is great for kids. You know, it's a place to bring your kids to. Not exactly a place I would go to by myself, you know, as a single adult male, but if I had, like, I don't know, some kids, I'd go, or if I had a significant other in my life, I would take her if she was into it. We would go as a couple, maybe. That'd be different, but I think it's really cool. A little empty at times, like they should have put like some characters in the Pokemon Center or in the Pokémart and stuff like that. But I think the reason why they didn't put NPC statues in the park is because they would just get in the way of like maximum capacity for patrons. You know, people want to take photos, and clearly the park is open enough to do that. And but I think the statues are great, painted in high quality. Kind of curious to see how this park is going to hold up after the first rain, or God forbid, an earthquake, you know, because Japan gets a lot of them. So I'm kind of curious to see how well these Pokemon statues are made, and how well these buildings are made. Merch shop looks pretty cool. I relent kind of sort of how sad it is nowadays, how new experiences can be ruined for us just because YouTube exists. But, you know, back in like the 90s, it seemed like when I was a kid, everything Pokemon related that was cool was happening in New York City or LA, most of the time New York. Here in Chicago, we didn't really get much that I remember, but all of us kids knew the really cool stuff was happening in Japan. And Japan back then seemed like a far-off magical land, you know, to a kid like me here from Chicago. So, you know, it's funny that we can kind of experience this park secondhand through all of these people, you know, who are walking around the park and stuff. And, you know, you might be wondering, well, why the hell would I go now if I've seen everything already? I'm like, well, you know, it's one thing to see it, it's another thing to experience it. Would I like to go? Sure, I'd like to go. You know, it'd be fun. I don't know if I would go, you know, by myself again. Like I said, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm not insecure or anything like that. I just, you know, it's clearly meant for kids, you know. The statues make little noises and stuff. I think the recreation of Route 1 is really cool. Very, very cool. But yeah, I think it's a really neat thing. I think it's great. And people who say, why does Kanto get everything? Again, because Kanto built the house that we're all living in and have been living in, proverbial house that is, for years and years. I mean, without Kanto, we would not have Pokemon. Let's just face it. So Kanto deserves everything, in my opinion. And so does Johto. Let's throw Johto in there as well. But yeah, a really cool idea. Really like the Pokemon Park. I would like to go one day, maybe with like my partner or whatever. Or if I had kids, I'd love to take them. But yeah, I bet you anything that merchandise is expensive. Bet you anything it's super duper pricey. But they have some cool, cute little items that you can buy, and lots of photo opportunities. I will say that statue with the legendary birds that's in the middle of the park, that desperately needs to be painted. I don't know why they left it. I know it's supposed to be a statue, but come on. Everything's a statue in this place. Paint the damn statue. Why is it not painted? I don't get it. Yeah, so that was the one thing that kind of bothered me. I'm like, why is the statue not painted? Kind of weird. But I don't know. I would love to go check it out. It'd be really, really cool. Check it out. Really like how poignant and detailed these sculptures are. Really cool. It's just good to see everybody happy, you know, about something Pokemon related. We all know ZA sucks. The last couple Pokemon games suck terribly, probably except Arceus. I still want to try it out. I might just emulate it, probably, if I can get the emulator to run properly without, you know, any hiccups. But you know, I'm watching the footage of the Japanese opening day and just seeing all the people with, you know, people of Japanese race and English and whoever's there enjoying themselves, you know. Everybody's smiling, the kids are happy, people are getting photos, people are enjoying themselves. That is what we need. It's no longer about us. It's about the kids. So let's make sure these kids experience Pokemon in the way that we did. Back in the day, if this happened when I was a kid, I would have pooped my pants with excitement because we didn't have anything like this when I was a kid, right? So it's just nice to see. This is the happy vibe that we need. So finally, the Pokemon Company did something right for the people. This is wonderful. Pokemon Park Kanto gets an A++ in my book. I really enjoy it from what I'm seeing. Really cool. So we need more positivity like this in the Pokemon community, and I think this is a great way to do it. And it's nice to see people out there having fun, smiling, and going as families. We need more families in this country and in the world, so it's good to see. So until next time, y'all, これからもよろしくお願いします。